Everything starts with yourself. The moment that you realize that everything starts with yourself, you won't be seeking exterior reasons or evidence that what you're doing it's the right thing. When you can sit with yourself, when you can get involved on the depths of your own mind, then you can literally start gathering information about yourself that it's really helpful. I believe that sometimes we start seeking information outside of us to validate how we feel, to validate how we act, how we behave, and that just keep us away from our true self, our true our truth, I might say. So it's like going directly to your source. When you focus on yourself and you understand that everything starts with yourself, you're going directly to the source, and you are the source of your life. You are the source of everything that you need. And when you start listening to yourself instead of listening to other people, when you start validating yourself instead of looking for validation from other people, when you start believing in yourself, you stop believing other people opinions about yourself or how other people view you, and that stop having a place in your life. So when you start experiencing that source that you have inside of you, that's just a reaction of you believing in yourself. I think that's just a reaction of you trying your best to understand what's going on from your perspective, from your point of view, from your situation. And I believe that that process is gonna awake. I don't know exactly if it's that process or how everything unfolds, but I believe that your darkness, let's call it darkness, your traumas, the things that happened to you that were really impactful, had a lot of impact in your life, has a lot of information about you. And that's where the power is hidden. That's where your power is. When you can feel the fear, you can feel all of these things that remembering or whatever it is that makes you be inside of this pain and suffering and struggle and all of these things. When you sit with that, you understand a lot of things about you. And one thing that helps a lot is to talk to yourself, to be there for yourself, to be there when you need yourself the most. Believe that that hurt you. Believe that that make you feel in a certain way. Believe yourself that that shape the way your reality is. Believe that what you experienced was fucked up but doesn't limitate you. And you start talking to yourself and listening to yourself, sit with yourself. And then that's why I believe that affirmations are really, really, really powerful. If we repeat constant things, like when we talk to ourselves, sometimes we talk a bunch of shit. We consume lots of shit. We consume TV that is shit, music that is really cool to listen, but the information, it's shit. When you start consuming a lot of things from the outside, it can be information as well. It can be that you are just feeding yourself a lot of information from books, from other people's voices. Consume information. Then you stop listening to yourself. You stop listening to your source. You get away and far away from your voice. So when you start listening to yourself and listen affirmations, you're gonna start changing little by little, day by day, the way you talk to yourself. Little by little, you're gonna start talking to you in a different way. It can seem that it doesn't work. It can seem that it's bullshit. It can seem that, oh no, but the reality is another thing. But the reality shows me something else. But what about my past? What about the things that happened to me? What about this and what about that? And everything is negative and pain. But what if everything that you have is right now, this moment? What if the past doesn't define you? What if the future is not pressuring you? What if what you told to yourself were the opinions of other people? What if you are away from your own source, away from your own power, and that's why you can't see more than your current situation, more than your worries, more than your fears, more than the anxiety that some situations cause you? You can't see more than that. And it's a very complex situation to be stuck in that situation where you can't listen to you don't believe in you, because other people or your reality is telling you other things about you and other things about society, and you start pulling away, far away from you, pulling away from your source. And the most important thing that you can do for yourself is to believe in yourself and listen to yourself. It's as simple as it sounds, believe me. Listening to yourself, believing in yourself. Everything starts with yourself. You believe the things that you tell yourself. Let's say that your mind is like a little kid. If your mind is a little kid, you have the responsibility of feeding that kid, right? With information, with food, with a lot of things, okay? Imagine that mind, the little kid that you have, you start feeding with negative stuff. Instead of telling that little kid to focus on the things that they are literally possessing, that it's a source. So if you start saying to that kid, to that mind, that kid, the little kid, you are capable, you are worthy, nothing can stop you, you're unstoppable, they wouldn't have a space to fear. They wouldn't have a space to, they wouldn't have a space to say otherwise. And that kid will, that little mind, that little kid, that thing will grow up into believing that they are all of those things. No matter what the world says, no matter what like the reality, the 3D world is telling you, it wouldn't be a space for that. 555 just now on the clock. And I'm not saying that I'm explaining this perfectly. Like, for me, it's really complicated to explain this to other people or even to myself. Sometimes I wonder, how can I share this information in the best way I can and not forget about the details? How can I share this information that I understood, that I understand right now, that I don't want to just go away, that I don't want this information to go to waste, or, but how can I explain this, you know? And probably I will like try to explain this in a better way in the future in another video, I don't know. But this is all I have to tell you right now. This is all I have to say. Everything starts with yourself. Everything. You can't save all the people in the world, but you can save yourself. If we want to say about saving, because there is nothing to save. You just need to open your ears and your eyes and pay attention to everything around you. When you start making decisions about things as well, that helps your future self. Or I'm mistaken. When you start making decisions in the present moment, as if you already have that thing, everything starts changing. But it's very complex to explain this. I don't really want to explain this, but I don't know. Probably I said it for a reason. I don't judge the information anymore that comes out of my mouth. It's okay. It can be. It's not gonna affect anyone or anything. But I think you get my point. You can't fix everything outside of you, but you can literally start with yourself. With the way you talk to yourself. How much do you believe in yourself? How much do you observe the signs that are given to you? I think this topic is very, very interesting for me, and I've been experiencing this for a little while. This is exactly my experience right now. This is just me moving into a new understanding of myself, moving into a new understanding of life. I had like pieces here and there of things that I was like, but what about this? And what about this? What about this? And now coming back to the center is like, oh, that makes sense. Okay, that actually makes sense. It's not specifically in that way, you know, it's in this way for me. And this is in the way it's happening for me. So I believe that intuition is also very important. It's very, very important. Intuition is gonna try to show you, to communicate to you, to tell you. And the more you listen to it, and the more you respect that, and the more you actually trust it, the more present it becomes, the stronger it becomes. So affirmations. Start with affirmations. Listen to affirmations every day. Affirmations that ground you, that makes you feel safe. It can start with safety, feeling safe in your own body, in your own mind, feeling safe in the world. Then it can be about confidence, for example, or expressing yourself, you know? So everything can start little by little with affirmations. What do you tell to yourself? What do you believe? And how much can you ignore that exterior world? Or how can you go through it without changing the way you talk to yourself, or changing the way you believe in yourself, changing the way that you talk to yourself? It's about what you do to yourself. Okay, so I hope this video resonates with you. I hope this video gives you what you needed. And let's this be a reminder that believing in yourself and listening to yourself and paying attention to yourself and and that everything starts with yourself. It's literally going to your own source of power. Let's this be a reminder. So I love you so much, and I see you in the next video. Okay?